Hey everybody, it's your Uncle Bear with a nice little reminder for you. You're all going to die. We are all going to die. Probably not today, but the odds are never zero, are they? It's on our calendar, every single one of us. So, Uncle Bear, why are you talking about death? It's such a morbid subject. No, it's not a morbid subject. It's a fact of life. It happens to each and every one of us at some point. We've all lost loved ones, and we're going to lose more. And the reason I'm talking about it today, this week, we've lost Ozzy Osbourne, Malcolm Jamal Warner, Chuck Mangione. Some of you younger people may not remember him. He had a couple really big hits. He was a jazz trumpet player. And a very good one. He had a couple, like I say, he had a couple top 40 hits back in the 70s. Feels So Good, and I can't remember off the top of my head what the title of the other one was, but it was pretty good too. Maybe Break It Down or something like that. But anyway, and Hulk Hogan, professional wrestling legend. And those deaths, when we, people wonder, why does it hurt so bad when an actor or actress that you've, been seeing for decades, why does it bother us so much when they go? Well, it goes back to this, okay? And I always tell people, when you're remembering a loved one or anyone, you always want to remember the happy times. You don't want to remember the last days. If they just, if they had a long illness, you don't want to remember their last days and them being sick. Remember the happy times and the good times and the good memories. And that's kind of what, when I was in high school, me and the guys I hung around, we listened to Ozzy, we listened to AC/DC, we listened to Black Sabbath, the Scorpions, Motley Crue, we listened to all those bands back then, and those artists, and we watched TV. If your TV stars, you're always going to have your, what I refer to as a flash in the pan, the one hit wonders, the ones that make one album and disappear from the face of the earth, but the 60s gave us Bob Denver. Bob Denver, some people remember him as Maynard G. Krebs on the Dobie Gillis show. Gen X, we remember him as who? Gilligan from Gilligan's Island. Every day after school, we went home and watched Gilligan's Island. Same with Cheers. From 1982 to 1993, Cheers was our go-to for our dry, sarcastic humor, Norm and Sam Malone, Carla and Cliff, they were there from the beginning till the end, and they gave us a bunch of laughs. And there's plenty of other, I can go through a huge list of shows that did the same thing. But when we think of those shows, and when we think of those musical artists, it brings back memories. Ozzy, like I say, Black Sabbath was formed when I was 2 years old. And, I was the youngest of 5 siblings, so I actually have the 45 of Iron Man, and on the B-side is Electric Funeral. So it's, it brings back, like I say, Ozzy brings back memories of riding around with my friends looking for chicks or going to the lake or whatever, because that's what we were doing at that time, you know. And that's what all these artists do for us, is they bring back memories of happy times. And that's how we have to look at it, you know, whether we were watching Hulk Hogan on TV wrestling, or in person for that matter, if you ever went to one of his matches, or the concerts of the musical artists, or just watching the TV shows. It's sad to see them go, but every time I turn on Spotify, I will be listening to Ozzy, because he's on my playlist. He's on my playlist every time. I have several different playlists, and he's on every one of them, whether it be with Black Sabbath or solo. But the artists will live forever in our hearts, and you will live forever in someone's heart. And that's part of the human condition, isn't it? So it's sad to see them go, but it's a normal part of life. You know, I've never looked at death as being the end of anything. I look at it as being the next stage of life. You're just starting over somewhere else. That's all I got for today, kids. Be safe. If you like these videos, like them, comment. I love hearing your comments. And share it with all your friends and subscribe to it. Okay? Be safe.